जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, we'll continue reading the tips for chanting. Chanting with dependence on Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said that one should chant in the attitude of a child who is fully dependent on the mercy of his mother. This comparison is very suitable. A mother can recognize precisely the crying of her child. She does not come at every call. Only when her baby cries with certain intensity, then she rushes to the child. Similarly, our attitude when chanting is decisive, whether Krishna reveals himself or not. An apathetic chanter who absolves his rounds absent-mindedly and without real interest, rather automatically, will not be heard by Krishna as much as a devotee who takes complete shelter of Krishna while chanting. 3. About the technique of chanting, counting japa. In the following passage from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada explains how he instructs his disciples. In our Krishna consciousness movement, we are teaching our followers to chant the Hare Krishna mantra continuously on beats. Even those who are not accustomed to this practice are advised to chant at least 16 rounds on their beats so that they may be trained. Otherwise, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Trinadapi Shunicheno Tarorapi Sahisruna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Sada means always. Haridas Thakur says, Nirantara Namulao, chant the Hare Krishna mantra without stopping. Chaitanya Charitamrita Antalila 3.137. Purport. Srila Prabhupada explains that there are no limitations for the chanting of the holy name. Even when you are walking, you can softly chant Hare Krishna, or even when you are on the bus going to somewhere, you can also chant. When you are working with your hands, you can also chant. And when you are resting or going to take rest, you can also chant. Even in your toilet room while taking bath, you can also chant. In this way, there is no limitation or restriction for chanting this holy name of God, Krishna, and his energy, Hara. In doing this business, there is no loss, but there is very great gain, which is transcendental realization. Letter from okay. However, it is letter from 22,470. However, it is also recommended to chant a certain amount of rounds on beats, since this will help one's concentration greatly. In order to count the number of holy names properly, one can make one's own meditation string called Japamala by stringing the beads, best from Tulasi or neem wood, on a cotton thread and tying a knot between each of them. If one is more inclined to use a ready-made Japamala, one can obtain one from the nearest temple. There are 108 beads plus one additional, slightly bigger one, which marks the beginning and end of each round. It is called Krishna or Meru and should not be crossed over when counting the mantras. Rather, one reverses the direction of counting after having finished each round. On one side, between the eighth and the ninth bead, starting from the Meru bead, a short plaited thread should be fastened to mark the first 8 beads. They represent the 8 main gopis. After having Strung the beads, one can perform mala samskara, a purifying ceremony, by washing the japamala in panchagavya. This is a mixture of five products from the cow, namely milk, yogurt, ghee, cow dung, and cow urine. Afterwards, the mala should be offered to the deities. Gaudiya Vaishnavas hold the mala between thumb and middle finger of the right hand. One should avoid touching the string with the left hand or with the right index finger. The japamala and the right hand should be placed in the bead bag. One should prevent the mala from slipping off the fingers and falling down, which is mostly the consequence of inattention or sleepiness. On each bead, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is chanted completely, and then the fingers proceed to the next bead. In this way, one round consisting of 108 Mahamantras is completed. Devotees of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, initiated by a bona fide spiritual master, have made the vow to chant at least 16 rounds daily on the Japamala. Since chanting of the holy names offers direct association of the Lord, one should wear a clean and suitable dress. One should carry a kantimala around the neck and apply Vaishnava tilak on the body. The bead bag should be washed regularly. The japamala should always be treated respectfully and kept clean. The beads should not be touched with unclean hands, that is, with hands which have not been washed after eating or after going to the toilet. If the mala is accidentally not treated properly, it should be put respectfully to the forehead to ask for forgiveness. Bodily posture, place, and time. Srila Prabhupada diligently observed the posture of the devotees while they were chanting. On one occasion, when he was chanting japa with a group of devotees, he requested one of them to sit properly. We should sit with a straight back and crossed legs. It is also recommended to sit on an asana, a slightly elevated seat, but one should not lie down while chanting. We should chant in front of a deity of Krishna or Vishnu, in a temple of the Lord, in front of the holy Tulasi plant, or at a holy river like the Ganga. It is better to chant at a well illuminated place. The favorable time for chanting is the morning. If at that time some other work has to be urgently attended to, then one should start chanting immediately after having finished the work. Srila Prabhupada writes, chanting japa should be done early in the morning with full concentration, preferably during the Brahma Muhurta time. Concentrate fully on the sound vibration of the mantra, pronouncing each name distinctly, and gradually your speed in chanting will increase naturally. Do not worry so much about chanting fast. Most important is the hearing. Letter from 6172. Shall I stop here, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Okay, so what we see mostly today, how we'll chant, how like first we saw we should chant like when a baby cries for his mother, and most of the time the mother knows if the baby is crying, like for it's a genuine cry. If it's a genuine one, she immediately comes. Similarly, when we chant, it should not be like not nothing should be like fake. In like we that it should be an intense prayer for Krishna, then only Krishna comes. Krishna knows when we are chanting appropriately, or like it's a genuine cry or not. Then again, it is mentioned how the different rules and regulations for chanting. Like most of the times, we have seen many people they try to chant on like those counters, but it's good to always chant the 16 rounds on the japa mala. If we want to do extra rounds, we can do like, and if you are like busy, we don't have the japa mala, we can use the counter, but nothing is mentioned about the counter here. So japa, we have to always use our beads to chant, and how the procedure, like how different do's and do nots, how we should the bead, how to chant, then how to sit in a straight position. But here, like, a very nice thing is mentioned, like, there is no limitation, we can chant everywhere. Like, if we are going to work, if we are working with our hands, still we can chant. While taking bath, we can chant. While traveling, walking, in any position, like while sleeping also we can chant. I have seen many people, they use a app, slowly they put Hare Krishna Maha Mantra while going to sleep. So yeah, there is like no limitation for chanting. We can chant like in every situation. Yeah. So we see so many important things today. The meaning of the eight big beads, they represent the eight main gopis. The biggest bead, like how it represents Krishna or Meru, we should not cross it. How we should not use our index finger or left hand. We should always keep our japamala in a clean place, clean it regularly. The bag, bead bag. We should not touch the japa bead with unclean hand. Yeah, and if yeah, we should always give respect to our japa bead and the bead bag. So many important things. I also learned few things today. Yeah, very nice.